Do you ever realize it's like 5 o'clock and all the stuff that you had to do today, a lot of it got done, but not all of it. And you're like, got like 10 minutes to squeeze everything in before I have a million other things to do again. So I did this week's Year of Fear video this morning. I did. And I kind of liked it. But I was like, you know what? Something's missing. So I waited throughout today. I waited for something to kind of like up into my mind and be like, yeah, this is it. This is the missing piece. Now you have all the answers of the universe. And that didn't happen. Like, at all. I feel like sometimes I just get overwhelmed with life because that's life, dude. That's life. There's no really getting around that. Like, so in the same measure of breath, I'm going to no, I'm not going to yell or holler or fuss or tell you you're doing anything wrong. It is what it is. And therefore, this week's Year of Fear is indeed about self-control. I think one of the main skills in life that they don't teach you in school is time management. Because, when you're bored and life is like just dragging on, 5 minutes feels like a lifetime. And when things are awesome and you're having fun with your friends and you're doing things that like you actually want to do, 5 minutes is like a second, a millisecond, So I get that time is variable in a very strange yet particular way. So that has absolutely nothing to do with self-control. This week's Year of Fear challenge is to evaluate the idea of self-control and how that really relates to how we deal with fear, how we expect fear, how we analyze fear through ourselves and our filters of our brain and our experiences, and then how we spit out everything that is our reaction, our attitude towards whatever situation it is, just how we deal with that. Now, when I talk about self-control, I'm not talking about letting the other person, no, I'm not even going to do that. That's inappropriate sexual innuendo. I'm talking about, but like the big sins, all right? Lust, gluttony, pride, yeah, that sort of thing. Can you control your temper? Do you have a temper? I have a temper. It certainly is not the temper that I had at 18. Absolutely not. I've been through so many life experiences and really understand myself a lot better, whereas the things that would have upset me at 18 probably would be like, whatever now. Like, don't care. And my priorities are certainly elsewhere now in my life than they were then. It just is what it is. Gluttony. It could be indulging in food. It could be indulging in sex. It could be indulging in any addiction. It could be indulging in escapism instead of dealing with actual life. I've had to do paperwork today, and I don't like paperwork. I don't. The sorting, the filing, oh my God, where did I put that? I put it somewhere safe. I have no idea where I put that. It really is certainly falling into place today of all days, which is ironic. So self-control, do we have organization in ourself, in our life? If we were presented with a situation that might tempt us, how would we react? For instance, if I was on a diet, I'm on my healthy diet because of my intestinal fortitude or lack thereof. Therefore, if someone were to present me with anything high fat, so like cheesecake, I really enjoy cheesecake. That would not go over well with my intestines at all. So if someone were to offer me a free piece of delicious, magnificent cheesecake and say, this is free for you, but you have to eat the whole thing, I would have to say, no, thank you. Not because I don't want the cheesecake. I really would like to eat a whole cheesecake cake. I want the whole thing. I do. But I know that the consequences of that action are going to make me feel really, really bad in a few hours. So, self-control. It goes a lot into reminding us that our decisions affect others. Whether we realize it or not, it simply does. Relationships. the side chick thing. I don't get that. Like, first off, why would you want to be the side anything? Second off, why would you do that to your partner in the first place? If you don't want your partner, be with another person. Ta-da! Not that hard. Why is that such a hard concept? So yeah, having your cake and eating it too. Side chick. If you are in a relationship and someone comes up to you and says, hey, do you want to have sex? The answer is no. I do not want to have sex. Even if you want to have sex, it doesn't matter because you're in a relationship. Unless you're in a polyamorous relationship and, the rules apparently are completely different then. However, strictly from a straight monogamous standpoint, the answer is no, because I'm already in a relationship. Thank you for the offer. I'm a little flattered, but I'm in a committed monogamous relationship right now. So, no thank you. Yeah. There's so much in this world that I don't understand. Self-control, jealousy. Okay, I acknowledge totally jealous person. It really goes with my passionate side, and I could rein it in. It's not crazy. Nah, I just get a little... And normally it's because I'm not getting my needs met in the relationship that occurs. But now that I know that and I can communicate that, my wants and my needs, it's not really an issue. There are some people, especially younger people, who certainly that is an issue. What else? Those are the big ones, sloth. In this world, in America, 50% of Americans are overweight, which is shocking. It is. These are the only bodies we get in this lifetime. This is it. This is it. And while it changes and refreshes every 7 years, this is it. Maybe get a new knee in a few years. Maybe I'll get, the point being, this is it. And if you don't take care of the body that you have, you don't get another one. You may get certain parts, right? Grandma had a new heart stent put in. They're not giving her a new heart. First off, she's old. Second off, you have to take care of yourself in order for them to give you those things. She doesn't do that. So you have to take care of this body, which means, and I know it sucks. Dude, I know it sucks. You have to work out a little bit, moderately. It's summer, swim. Have fun. I'm not talking about running in the 113-degree heat today. No. We were all melting in jiu-jitsu. I had to come home and hang up my gi because it was still sopping wet from my sweat. Thankfully not stinky, but still, it kind of grosses me out. I'll probably wash it tonight because it grosses me out. You have to take care of yourself. The things you put in are the things that you get out. Eat healthier. Lots of water, especially in this heat. You have to exercise. You have to exercise your brain too. You can't just forget everything and stare at the Kardashians. Please don't do that. The self-control, this is us. This is us. This is all we have. Okay, so take care of it. It's very difficult to make the commitment to yourself to take care of yourself. It is. I totally get it. I really do. No excuses. Self-control. What else? Gluttony as far as addictions, man. Our family certainly has an addictive personality. Most of us are not addicted to anything. I really think my only vice is gambling, and I'm poor. So I really don't gamble because I know I'm poor. I do enjoy blackjack very much. I've been to Atlantic City a few times, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But I know better than to go back when I don't have any money. Sugar. I'm a huge sugar addict. I am constantly working to be better. Switch the fake sugars for the natural sugars. I still absolutely love my Dr. Pepper. That's my superior vice. But even still, I'm cutting back on soda. I always cut back on soda, especially during the summer. Sorry, I got the sniffles. Just because it's not good for you. And I should be having water. Hi, nibbles. And you have sniffles too. Beep, beep. What else? Gracious. It really affects us everywhere because we don't think of our attitudes. Self-control is very much dictated our attitudes towards everyday life. Do we wake up in a joyful state of being? I don't. I get there, you know, within 10, 15 minutes. But when I wake up, it's like, oh my God, why is it so early? Every day I wake up, it's so early. Why? It's exhausting. How do people do this? They get up every day. That's, bless you. That's literally my morning attitude. I'm not a morning person. It takes me a little bit to wake up. It does. But after I wake up a little bit, and the kids are running around, I'm feeding everybody, and the dogs want to be fed and walked, and, that's how we start our day. Some people prefer a very quiet start to their day. Not me. I gotta get going, or else I'm not going. How do we react when bad things happen to us? I try very hard to keep an attitude of, what lesson is there to learn? Why is this happening? Is this really happening to me, or am I just an outsider on a life lesson for somebody else? Which I've really been experiencing a lot lately, and it's not fun. Another freaking growth opportunity. I get it. It's difficult. But the only thing that you can control in life is you. That's it. Your attitude, your experiences, what you give out into the world, what you take from the world. That's how it goes. Oh, gracious. I'm going to give myself a nap later. I think self-control really comes down to knowing yourself. No matter what gets thrown at you. If my car broke down and the kids weren't around, I would probably be pretty miffed. But it's 113 degrees outside. My car is over 13 years old. And, she's a tank, but eventually, she's probably going to break down. So I have an attitude of understanding. It doesn't make me happy by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly there's an attitude of understanding. And it might not be my lesson. It might simply be, that's it. Car's done. She's certainly given me the best years of her life. What if I got hurt in class? Okay, I got Muay Thai tomorrow. What if I got punched in the face and I got a black eye? Okay, I wasn't holding my guard right, and somebody, not meaning to, not in a pursuit to hurt me, accidentally conked me in my eye. I've already had that happen with a knee in jiu-jitsu, and I pretty much just laugh it off. It hurts, but you're probably going to get accidentally hurt in a class that's teaching you self-protection and how to hit people. Statistically speaking. Now, there's a possibility I could be upset, but it wouldn't be with the person that hit me. It would be with me for not having a better guard to protect myself, because obviously that's the base level of understanding self-protection, is protect yourself. Don't get hit in the face, Yeah, so I might get a little frustrated with myself, but I certainly wouldn't be upset with them for accidentally giving me a black eye. I'd probably brag about it, honestly. You'd certainly see it, be like, oh, I'm beaten. Yeah, no, I'd have fun with that. I certainly wouldn't be ashamed of it. I'm sure lots of people will question, but everyone that knows me knows I go to classes because I enjoy them so much, and I try very much to share that joy with other people. What else could happen? Dean and Audrey, they're certainly my weakness. I seem to lack a substantial amount of self-control when it comes to protecting them. Just, it's instinctual. It's very instinctual for me, and I feel that flood of hormones and and yeah, I have to breathe a little bit and kind of, reassess the situation. Whenever they bleed, for whatever reason, like the blood just, my mind explodes, and like sanity and reason run, and my instinct to call 911 is immediate. Audrey split her chin months and months ago. She was playing on the sofa. I told her not to play on the sofa. I made her sit down. She did it when I walked away to do something, and she split her chin. It didn't bleed too much. It bled enough to freak me out. I'm calling Grandma, who's a nurse. I'm like, is this a concussion? Do I dial 911? What do I do? In the meantime, I'm trying to stay calm because I'm trying to calm her down. I'm trying to hold a washcloth because she wouldn't let me hold an ice pack. I'd already tried that. I'm trying to make sure it stopped bleeding. I'm trying to check her teeth to make sure she didn't cut anything inside of her mouth. It's very difficult for me because I want to to heal them. I want them to be perfect and happy and perfect, and that's just not always going to happen. So also self-control for me is trying not to command their lives, if that makes sense. Sometimes we get that way with our friends. We're very overprotective, very loving, from a loving place in our heart. But we can't control anyone else. Even tiny people. Can't control our own tiny people. What is this world coming to? You know, I don't think that makes me a hippie. I've certainly been called a big mama bear before, and I am pretty protective. If I could wrap the kids in bubble wrap and duct tape, I'd be all in. I'd be all in. I'm cautious, especially because Dean isn't able to communicate what hurts. That is an intense fear of mine, that like I would be in an accident with them, and heaven forbid there would be internal pain and he wouldn't be able to communicate that. That would be tragic, like seriously tragic. So I certainly have a lot of fear for that as a situation that I can't control, that I would only be able to control my reactions in. You know, I wonder what would I do in that situation? How would I make the best of that? I probably wouldn't. I'd probably freak out and call 911. But that being my first instinct is probably a really good instinct. Having a lot of nursing friends helps. I call them a lot too. But as far as myself personally, self-control, I'm really good with self-control. I don't, simply because I realize everything that I do affects somebody. And it's true. It doesn't matter who you are. Everything you do affects somebody. That somebody is most often you. But you taking care of you affects your friends, your families, because when you're happy and healthy and well, you're better able to lend a hand to them as well. Now, again, that's not self-control, but because you're using self-control to take care of yourself, you're able to help others. Does that make sense? I think so. It should be an intense internal evaluation this week. How do we deal with fear involving self-control? A lot of people, I've seen a huge increase in escapism lately. Just tremendous. Pokemon Go, anything that is used to escape reality, things that you have to be doing, things that you need to be doing, whether it's connecting with your friends, your family, your loved ones, video games for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. It's not healthy. That's escapism. So you need to figure out, if you're indulging in that kind of behavior, what are you escaping, and how can you deal with that on a healthy level? Do you need help to deal with whatever it is on a healthy level? Please ask for help. Please ask for help. Please ask for help. If you need help, or if you think you need help, please ask for help. There's plenty of phone lines you can call. There are plenty of people you can text now. They have those that are new. Not even suicide, just if you are dealing with undue mental stress that is affecting your life, please seek help. That should be common sense, but it's not. No judgments, just seek help, okay? Because the more you help yourself and you grow yourself, the more you can help everybody else. And that's the whole point. Let your light shine so that you can light other people on fire if necessary. Yay! All right, I love you guys. I do apologize that this was late. I really was waiting for like that lightning bolt of, I get it. Now I know why I was supposed to discuss self-control, and I don't. I'm sorting through paperwork trying to find my birth certificate, and I have no idea where I put it. Yay! Ah! I might have to get a new one. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm probably going to do another discussion video about this because I feel like there are things that I'm leaving out. I just have no idea what they are. I even jotted down notes, and I'm like, this seems like a very forward subject, very just basic common sense subject, and it is, but we avoid it. I have never heard anyone really talk about self-control. But really, that is the basis of everything else. All religions, all everything. It really revolves around controlling yourself and your attitudes and the way that you react to things. That's it. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.